The Department of Education gets around $250 billion in funding every year, and we joyfully await its demise. Betsy DeVos ran the Department of Education under former President Trump and made headlines years ago when she said that she herself wanted to kill the department that she oversaw. And thank you so much for coming back on. It's good to see you again. My first question is, can Trump just unilaterally do this? Can he end a government agency?
Well, the president needs to partner with Congress to do what many American people have long wanted, and that is to return the power around education to states and local communities, and most ideally directly to parents and families. So he needs to partner with Congress to do it, but he can get it done.
Yeah, I've heard that there are ways that they can starve it out. There's manipulations that can be made to do it. My second question is, they do get a pretty good amount of funding. I mean, $250 billion is nothing to sneeze at, even in a $6 trillion, $7 trillion will But would all that money be saved, or would most of that money then go to the states to help them handle their own education? What happens to the money?
Well, actually, only about 9% of the funding for K-12 education actually comes from the federal government. Wow. And yet about 90% of the regulation come from the federal government. And so, states and local communities raise the balance and expend the balance of those funds. What we contend is that those decisions are much better made closest to the students, and get the federal government out of the business of trying to dictate what should be done at every local community, which is what they've been doing since the department was founded in 1979. Yep. It was formed to close the achievement gap. The achievement gaps have not closed one little bit. We've spent over $1 trillion at the federal level trying to do it, and we've gotten nothing but worse results. So it's time to do something different.
And so would you believe that there would be some amount of money saved if we didn't have a Department of Education?
Well, I think Congress will still want to invest in education, and rightfully so. Yeah. But that can be done through block granting. That can be done through getting funds directly to families. It can be done a whole host of ways. The point is, it needs to get out of the hands of the bureaucrats here who are adding all kinds of their agenda items to everything that goes out of that department, and it's not to the benefit of the kids. It's only to benefit adults. Yeah,
I mean, obviously, as with anything with government, the closer that you can get it to the people, the smaller any kind of government is, the better. So when something moves from federal to states, you would think that it would be much more efficient, much better run state by state. Then you could really find out where the big problems are. I think California's a big problem, and I think education-wise we see a lot of that there. And I wonder though, as far as the unions go, the teachers' unions, will they have a big say here? Will they make a big stink about this plan?
Well, absolutely. I mean, they've continued to try to preserve and grow their power and their control. And this has been done very effectively the last 4 decades through the Federal Department of Education. That is their outlet, that is their beachhead, and they continue to wield tremendous power over one party. It is revealing that they have overplayed their hands in the last several years, and many people across the country have finally realized just how much power they have had over their children's, their grandchildren's education. It's time to expose that further and to take that power away from adults with adult interests and give it to those who are going to focus on doing the right thing for kids.
Are you positioning? Are you vying for this position back that you had in the first term? And would you go into this knowing that it'll be that the department would be gone, that you would be working to destroy the department?
Well, my goal is to see the Department of Education closed down, phased out, depowered, and families to be empowered. And I want to help President Trump in any way possible to get his agenda done, including a federal tax credit that will give a rocket boost of energy to education freedom, school choice programs across the country as well.
Everybody's reporting the same stories, the same spin. You turn the channel, it's always the same. But not us. We're different. We report the real news. No spin, just the facts. Turn to us, and you won't turn back.
Tune in to Rob Schmitt tonight on Newsmax.